Today is day 2 of overcoming setbacks and obstacles, and today we are focusing on gratitude. So there is something to be said when you're going through a challenge or a difficulty in your life. It's so easy to let that negative mindset take over, like, this isn't fair, why did this happen to me, why couldn't it happen to somebody else, am I ever gonna reach that goal or get what I want out of life? Am I ever gonna catch a break? And you might know somebody in your life who seems to have that, like, that black cloud that they carry over their head all the time. Like first their dog dies, and then their car breaks down, and then they lose their job, and then it's like one thing after another. And not everyone, but sometimes those people who seem to have that black cloud over their head, hi Sam, usually it's because that's what they're attracting. And maybe I'm gonna lose some followers by saying that, because maybe out there you have a friend who seems to carry that black cloud over their head. A lot of people that I know that are in those situations of like bad luck, one thing happening after the next, it's because their mind is so full of negativity, because they had, maybe one bad thing happen and then maybe a second challenge, and it's like, you feel so defeated that your mind automatically shifts to negativity, not the possibility of what's positive. And, that happens to me all the time. That continues to happen to a lot of us, and I think that you need to just start changing your mindset. And one of the best ways to do that is by taking a step back and feeling gratitude. So that's what I want to focus on today. I'm going to keep this super, super short, and feel free to share this video if you know someone who needs a gut check of gratitude, like, hey, life isn't that bad for you right now. Sometimes we need to hear that. We need to be reminded of that when we're going through tough times. So 3 things that I'm just going to give you to hopefully take away, and you can process yourself and talk about it with other people, and hopefully it'll make a positive change. The first one is to bottle up the good stuff. So if you're trying to overcome a setback or a challenge in your life, you want to focus on gratitude by remembering the great things about you or about your life or what you already have. Because when we bottle up that good stuff, those good memories, it really helps us, remind ourselves that, like, things aren't that bad. Things could be so much worse than they are right now. So the recent setback that I had, it was really, really hard for me to, like, be upset or feel sorry for myself, because, and that at that particular same day, I had a very, very close friend who lost a very, very close family member in a tragic accident. Oh my gosh, and I'm complaining about my problems, So I try to really put in perspective of, like, what I have, what I'm really grateful for, and I bottle up those memories or those instances in my life that help remind me of that. So think about the things that you're grateful for, bottle it up in your mind, so that way when you start to go through a struggle, you can remind yourself of those things to let you know, like, I'm good, it's okay. It could be so much worse right now, and I'm really thankful for this moment or this memory. Oh my gosh, I had my gray colored today, so you can see the streak of dye in my hair. That's embarrassing. Anyways, so that's the first one. Okay, 2 more. The second one is fill your mind with positivity. This one's super, super important, and darn it, I didn't get my books out. But I'm not gonna grab them now because I don't wanna waste your time. Fill your mind with positivity, and you need to do that through personal development. So reading books about positivity, listening to audio about positivity, maybe depending on your situation, you need to go talk to a professional or a counselor about positivity. Surround yourself with positive people and continue to train your mind to have a positive mindset so you don't go straight to the negative when something bad happens. In the comments section, when I'm done with this video, I will post the names of the books on positivity that I love. I'll post like my top 3, and you guys can pick, or you can message me questions on those, and I'll share my feedback with you. But that is everything. You need to train your brain. Your mind is like a muscle, just like everything else. And you need to strengthen it through reading and through listening, because the more you hear those words, you see those words of positivity, the more that you start to believe it, and you start to imagine what your situation would be like, if you go back to the 10 times rule, or you take positive action on something rather than just like feeling defeated and feeling negative and blech, that's a terrible feeling. And then the third one is do a feel-good activity. So if you have a setback, or you have a struggle, going through a struggle, and you're feeling really, really down, another great way to remind yourself of gratitude is by doing a feel-good activity. So what do I mean by that? That means you could go out and take a walk and feel the gratitude as you walk outside and you're breathing fresh air in your lungs, and you're walking with two legs, and just reminding yourself of what you have. Maybe it's phoning a friend and calling someone who's really positive influence in your life and talking to them, and that will remind yourself of being grateful for knowing positive people in your life. You have to do what works best for you, and that might be personal from for each person or each situation. But do a feel-good activity, and I'm not talking about like going out and spending money and shopping and buying yourself something. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that really makes you feel good and reminds you how grateful you should feel because you're alive and because you have the ability to move forward from a negative situation. It can happen. So like I said, I didn't want to take up a lot of your time today, but just let me recap. So today is all about gratitude and reminding ourselves on how grateful we should be based on a struggle or a challenge that we're going through. The first tip was really to bottle up the good stuff and remind yourself of all the great things that you have in your life. Yeah, right, Sam. Remind yourself of all the great things that you have in your life. And that, things aren't that bad for you. The second one was fill your mind with positivity through reading books, for listening to audio. There's amazing podcasts out there on positivity. And as much as I love gangster rap, I tend to listen to podcasts more while I'm driving and less a gangster rap. So it's all about balance, right? And then the third one was do a feel-good activity, like take a walk outside. I don't know, go get your hair did. Call and talk to a family member or a friend or someone who's a really positive influence in your life. Hi, Ash. And I promise, when you do those activities, it will make your struggle seem not as sucky, because you're focusing on the good and the good things that are in your life. And it will help you understand that, although you're going through a challenge or a struggle or a setback and it sucks, it could be so much worse. And you have to be thankful for what you have and where you're at in this moment right now. I hope that helps you. Please message me. And, I have to say, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. So I might not be able to help you with situations, but I do get messages from people saying, thank you. And I feel you're so positive, and, you're like easy to talk to online while we're messaging. I do have great resources. So, message me anytime. I'm in the business of helping people, and that starts with just, genuinely caring about people. And I want everyone to lead a better life physically and mentally, and comments like that, Sam, made my day. I'm so glad. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we are going to talk about how to be resilient. So yesterday was all about developing the right mindset of being able to overcome a setback, and that was through the book, The 10 Times Rule. Today we are talking about how to be grateful and how to remind ourselves to be grateful. Tomorrow we're talking about how to be resilient. So how do you truly bounce back from a struggle or a challenge in your life? All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.